Hey tribe, how are you? So today I wanted to talk a little bit about patience and the awesomeness of practicing patience. And I'm really getting that patience, trust, faith, love, compassion, forgiveness, they really are all aspects of the same easy kind of feeling. There's a connectedness, there's a trust, there's a flow. So it's almost like every step in some way is totally connected to the next. And every lesson is totally connected and one, with it all. And why patience is so powerful is really, it's like all of these things that are the antidote to the systematic indoctrination, to the stressed out feeling that we need to rush to get there. And it's like everything we do is run, and everything that isn't trust, faith, patience, love, so everything that's coming out of the wound, everything that's coming out of the fear of separation is like a try, is like a because I'm not enough. And so, this healing really is unraveling or unwrapping all of the aspects that are connected to fear and separation. And all I can say is that, with guidance, with help, with support, more and more of us can accelerate this process, but it is intense. And it's not what we think at all. That's like, it's not what we think. Hence surrender knowing. Hence why we meditate more and more. Hence why we practice being silent and being patient and being in a state of ease and relaxation, because that's our abundant state. That's our true state. That's the state that we are in when we are merged with the intuitive knowing, when we are merged with, the totality of who we are, because in that state there's no rush, because it's already done. Because you've already created, there's already infinite creation at our fingertips, from within that inner expansive knowing. It just takes us some cycles to unravel some of those densities. The densities are really aspects of judgment, but like multi-layered, based on false assumptions that have been layered and layered over. And so hence we have to kind of cycle around our densities in a way that helps us look at them all from different perspectives until they just dissolve, until we just let them go, right? And it's sweet. It's like a sweetness, because what happens is that because you're not trying to control it, it's like the emotional body then also merges with the oneness field, and like you're still waving, like you still have maybe triggers and storms and stuff, but you don't become them, you don't like move into them. Once we've healed enough of our core density, so once we've really penetrated to our depth quite a few times and been able to uproot some of those deepest wounds of our beingness, then it becomes easier and easier to see where we're still acting out programs, to see where we're still impatient. And here it is. Our control patterns, or i.e. the systematic patterns, totally link up. I'm hearing a knocking, and I just lost track. So our systematic patterns, that imprint that we're given, we're basically like unraveling those to get to the juicy essence of who we are, which is the essence that we were born with, which is the kind of eternalness that we were born with. When we think about children and they play and they create and then they eat and then they, you know, they're more in awe and in curiosity, the same essential nature kind of returns or reveals itself as you work through the emotional densities. And it does get easier, but patience, because I can only kind of offer that reiteration of it's not what we think, and it's deep, and it is continuous. And again, because our systematic bringing up indoctrination wants it all now, wants it to quick fix, wants it to be cut and dry, black and white, wants it to be in a pretty little box so that it can be contained and fixed, right? In our physical eyes, under the illusion of fear, that's easier. Just keep it all contained, keep it all fixed, then we don't have to like look at anything, then we don't have to really like face all the fear that we're holding, like ticking time bombs, you know, when we're stressed, or when we're really sunken and pulled in, or when we're manipulating or playing games. There's wounds that we're carrying, right? And in a big way, the collective is kind of beginning to reveal them in an honest way, and more people are desiring to heal these deeper collective wounds so that they can be free. And the counterintuitivity of this stuff is moving into those uncomfortable feelings rather than pushing against them. Sitting with energy rather than just reacting like we normally would, right? Maybe chatting with other tribe members, or having a session with me, just having different perspectives, right? Having a different angle to look at situations is often all that we need to help shift a situation or shift energy. But if we're being impatient, it usually means that we're holding on to a block, a mental pattern which energetically blocks us from seeing the solution. So ultimately, whenever we're not feeling at ease, whenever we're not feeling relaxed, whenever we're not feeling like in the flow, there's always aspects of density and distortion and programming that we could probably look at. You know, we could probably look at, like, how are we really relating to these people? And how does it make me feel to be around these people? And is it really in alignment with the truth of who I am? You know, is it really serving me? Because, like, shine light onto your imagination. Imagine the highest vision, and then feel the energetic disparity within you, and blast out those blocks. Blast out the blocks within you that feel or believe that you can't have all the things that you desire to have, or that you can't be the person that you desire to be. Because here's the juice of life. If you just honor who you are and let yourself be who you are and love yourself and accept yourself as you are and show up exactly how you want to be in any given moment, no matter what, your life will reflect that acceptance and that love. And thus, your life will reflect that infinite flow of abundance and love and support. It will. You know, that's just the legit truth. However, if we're still manifesting things, or like, I'm not sure what that is, ow, that person, why is that person, and if we're still having all of those, then we probably want to be meditating more. We probably want to be like visioning more, and just like sitting and being and feeling into your present state, right? Rather than just perpetually like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and let's go here and let's talk about this and let's go with this and blah blah blah. It's all like done in the nowness, and all of our desires and dreams are really there. Oh, there. And it's kind of totally like non-linear, mechanical, logical in that way. It's not. If anything, it's cyclical, but it's also like paradoxical, because it's everything's reflected. This is where we start to bridge into that weird idea of like this is kind of multi-dimensionality, but like either way, multi-dimensionality is still in the here now. To make full use of our more expansive powers as an infinite eternal being, which infinity, you know, is every dimension possible, so obviously it's multi-dimensional. So like you can be that expansive being, and at the same time, if you're in a body on planet Earth, you probably want to be having an earthly experience. And so how can you make your earthly experience as joyful as possible? Use spiritual techniques to yoke the juice of life and then become that radiant expression for your brothers and your sisters to yoke it from you. Well, not take it from you, but you know, like witness it and then be like, oh, wow, you feel fantastic. What are you doing? You're like, nothing. I'm just meditating lots and being as patient as a mofo. Anywho, you guys, I digress and I'm being a bit silly. So have a great day. I wish you just infinite patience. I'm feeling patient myself, actually. I got pulled a card on the new moon ceremony and it was patience. And initially I was like, patience. It's like every time I think I'm being really patient, I like get something that triggers me to be like, no, you're not. And then I'm like, okay. Hence, share it with the tribe. Say, hey guys, how you doing with the patience vibes? And also, side note, how are you feeling with the energies? Any shifts? Any changes? Any substantial energetic downloads? Who knows? Let me know. Feel free to share. I'm loving your guys' sharing between you and like new tribe members sharing lots as well. One little thing I got is don't forget, for some of you who are on Facebook, you can scroll. You guys can scroll. There's content. There's almost 2 years worth of content on that, or a year and a half or so, almost 2 years on the Fearless Life Tribe page. And if you're an email tribe member, then just keep it in the flow. Let me know if there's an area in the book you want me to discuss, or if there is, yeah, just a topic to discuss that you're niggling with. So there you have it. Love you all. Hope you're having an awesome day. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Bye for now.